Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start out by giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, the bonus to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the Akians pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Yakinan from the DC camp, and the topic I wanted to touch on, today is, and hopefully this video is entitled something to the effect of, why we complain to the Lord, continually, and the reason why we go on to the highways and edges and through the ways of the unicorn, the internet, which is the internet, and talk about the atrocities that happen, the atrocities and the wickedness that happen in America is because because as a nation right now, as a nation as a whole, we are at the lowest state possible. We are in the worst position possible. Us as a nation, we are in the lowest state possible. And why are we in the low state? Why are we in the lowest state possible? Because we are taking the ways. We have adopted the ways of our enemies. We turned our back against the Most High, and we are living in wickedness every day. We're living in wickedness every day. This is the most wicked society known to man. And that's why we're in the lowest state possible. And another big reason why we're in the lowest state possible is because we don't know who we are. And that's why when we get this knowledge, when the men of the Lord get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, they're gonna fight. They're gonna, that's why we fight against everything that's happening against the society right now. And speak against it. Because we know who we are. We know what we're supposed to do as a nation. But, the majority of our people don't, and that's exactly why we preach the downfall of America every single chance that we get, because right now we're in the spirit. We should be in the spirit of mourning for what has happened and how far we have fell as a people. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, And I just wanted to start off by getting a few scriptures, to back that up. Of why we are in the spirit that we are in, It's 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. And this is 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter. It's talking about the Lord right now not holding his tongue anymore concerning America and Esau's wickedness. Mystery Babylon, America, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth out to me, and whose blood is that? That's the blood of the children of Israel. And it says, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's us, The souls of the just, the souls of the just that actually see these atrocities happening in this land, which these people, call, the land of the free, home of the brave, which is really Mystery Babylon, Sodom and Egypt, the souls of the men in here that see these atrocities happen, they complain continually. And that's exactly the spirit that we're supposed to be in. We ain't supposed to be in the spirit of being being like, that was in the past, man. It's 2018. It's 2018, about to be 2019. Let's forget about it. Let's think about the future. Listen, there isn't no future. There ain't no future for America. And our people need to understand that this place will be destroyed with a sword destruction. There is no future for America. That shit is not going to happen. Lord willing, America is destroyed tomorrow. That's the spirit that you got to be in. Shit, you should be in the spirit that America is destroyed today. You know, shit. You know, you got to be in this. You got to be in the spirit of wanting this place to be gone and done away with. Because and why? You know, why? Because we have faith that a kingdom, we're going to have a kingdom after America, and we're going to be in the rulership. We're going to be in the top seat of that kingdom. But our people don't. Our people don't have faith. You know, our people don't have faith that after America, there's anything waiting on the other side for them. And that's exactly why the Lord has to destroy them, because there is no spot or place in the kingdom for a person that misses America, or that wants America to continue. You know, as Israelites going through what we had to go through, slavery, you know, persecution, you know, we had to go through being fed GMO foods, chemtrails going in and out of our neighborhoods. We should be in the spirit of mourning. We should be sighing and crying for the atrocities that happen to our people. You know? We can't forget about slavery. We can't forget about what these devils did to us. And that's exactly why we're supposed to be in the spirit of mourning. You know, until our Lord and Savior comes back. Mashiach Yahushua. This is I'm gonna get another scripture. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7. I'm gonna start at 2. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 2. It says, it's better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. You know, it's good. It says it's better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, and knowing the atrocities that happen to our people, and speaking against it every day, and complaining continuously, you know, to the Lord. You know, that's being in the house of mourning. You know what we're doing right now, preaching against the atrocities that's happened to our people. We're in the house of mourning. But 2/3 of our people, you know, the majority of our people, the 2/3, they're in the house of feasting. You know what holiday just passed over? Thanksgiving. And what were our people thinking about on Thanksgiving? They definitely weren't thinking about how these devils, these Edomites, you know, committed mass genocide on our brothers. You know, they weren't thinking of that. You know, they were thinking about, you know, how's the mac and cheese going to be this year? You know, oh, the grandma cooked the yams. Oh, this, that, and the third. They wasn't worried. They wasn't worried about anything. You know, they were just worried about feasting. You know, on 10 plates. You know, gluttonous ass niggas. That's what they were thinking on Thanksgiving. You know, they weren't thinking about, you know, what happened to our people during slavery. You know, they weren't thinking about anything. They weren't even thinking about reparations from the so-called white man. You know, they weren't thinking about anything except for what they were going to do the next day, you know, or what they were going to do that day, you know. But we're in the house of mourning, man. We know that what's it called? We know the things that have happened to our people, and we know the history behind these holidays, and what the so-called white man has done, and what the so-called white man has done, his crimes, you know, and that's why we're in the house of mourning, because we know we're sick and we have to be saved, you know. Continuing on, this is verse 3. It says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. And this is speaking about these times, man. You know, we're not supposed to be in a happy-go-lucky spirit right now, man. We're supposed to be in a sorrowful spirit right now. You know, we're not supposed to be because what is there to laugh about? What is there to smile about in this society? What is there to smile about? There's nothing to smile about. We're slaves, man. We got to work 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week. That's what we have to do. We have to wake up every morning, you know, at the crack of dawn to go work for the so-called white man when we're above him. What is so funny about that? What about that can possibly make you happy? Having to work for your fucking enemy every 5 days out of the week for 8 hours. And on top of that, you got to put up with the shit that they give you at the job too. You know? Continuing on. Verse 4. It says, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fools in the house of mirth. And that's exactly what's going on right now. 2/3 of our people are in the house of mirth. They think this place is this place is a fun land. They think this place is a place where it's the end all be all, you know? So they might as well live it up while they still can, which should be the spirit of the so-called white man, because the so-called white man knows this shit is going to go down eventually, you know? But our people have taken those ways and the ways of the so-called white man, you know, and they have gone and the 2/3 of our people being fools, they went inside the house of mirth because they think that what's it called, the Lord, you know, in their heart they think the Lord is not going to come back, you know, so they might as well just do what they can in this lifetime while they still got it, because the Lord is not going to come back. But that can't be possibly any less true. The Lord is going to come back, man, and he's going to come back with a sword. And that's exactly why you have to be in the house of mourning, and you have to complain just continuously and call upon the name of the Lord, that he may have mercy on you. But 2/3 of our people have chosen to go to the house of myrrh, and they will live it up, and they will trust in the so-called white man, and they will take that chip and they will die, you know. And the wise, the heart of the wise, which are us, we know these things, man. We know the scriptures, man. We know the things that are required from us in this go around, you know, the last days. We know what's required of us. So we're in the sorrowful spirit. We're in the sorrowful spirit. But the thing is that we have hope. You know, that's what keeps us going, because we have hope. And what is that hope? That hope is faith. We have faith that the Lord, that our works aren't in vain, and the Lord will reward us for our works, man. You know, we have faith that our works will be rewarded, and that's exactly why even though we're in the sorrowful spirit, you know, and we're in the house of mourning, we are in a better estate than the fools in the house of mirth, because they might be having fun on this go around, yeah, but they'll be destroyed. But if they stay in the house of mirth, they'll be destroyed in the end. You know, we're in the house of mourning, but Lord willing, we'll be saved in the end. You know, and that's the irony in it. You know, but I'm gonna get a couple more scriptures. You know, this is Salaki. Yeah, this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 4. It says, blessed are them that mourn, for they shall be comforted. And that's exactly what's going to be happening. We're going to be comforted with the cloth of salvation. You know, Yahweh Shai is going to come with that comfort. You know, he's going to be that comforter for us in the last days, you know, during the time of Jacob's trouble. And that comfort is going to be salvation, man. That comfort is going to be this word, you know. That comfort is going to be this word. This word is what's comforting us right now. You know, this word, this knowledge, wisdom, and salvation. This knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what's comforting us right now. And you know why? Because this comfort is talking about salvation. It's talking about rulership. It's talking about an eternal kingdom. And that's what's so comforting, because what we're going to receive after we step out of the house of mourning is eternal rulership and eternal happiness and eternal myrrh, you know, the real myrrh, the eternal happiness, you know, the eternal laughter, you know, the eternal rulership, you know, in order and in righteousness, you know. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Let me get Micah chapter 2, verse 10. And it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted and shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And that's exact. And when it's saying arise and depart, it's not talking about we got to go into a boat or we got to catch a plane ticket, and leave America. It's talking about spiritually, man. We got to spiritually arise and depart. Spiritually, our minds had to get out of the matrix and spiritually depart from the ways of America, because it's polluted and it will destroy you. Because America is polluted by its philosophies, its philosophies and its way of living, the way that these people live their lives. And that's exactly why it will destroy you, because the ways of America are the ways of death, and it will destroy you with a sore destruction. And if you follow the ways of America, you're definitely going to get that chip and you're going to be destroyed with a sore destruction, and that's why we have to depart spiritually out of this place and run to Yahweh Shah spiritually, and be comforted by Yahweh Shah's word spiritually, because we know that we are going to be destroyed with if we follow after his ways. But if we follow after the ways of Esau, the devil, the so-called white man, we will be destroyed, Now, and with that, I'm just going to end it off on that, And first and foremost, I want to say, call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for allowing us to receive this truth, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and double shalom to the Aki's pushing out this word of truth and sincerity. Until next time, shalom.